Good morning, good morning. It is me, Shakeitha with Patterson, and you are live with me on today. And it is a happy Monday. As I trust in the Lord with all my heart, and I lean not on my own understanding. That is Proverbs 3:5. And I really hope that everybody had a great weekend. Um, and just to kind of touch on the weekend for me, it was very challenging. It was a challenging weekend. Um, and things occurred that, you know, that I try not to involve myself in, but I'm going to speak about, you know, when people, let me just a second here. I'm sorry. But anyway, when people, don't train their children appropriately, but I will get back to that in just a moment. But I just kind of just want to say, hey, good morning. I'm glad you're here. If you're watching live right now, if you can for me hashtag live. If you are watching the replay, if you're going to be watching the replay later, hashtag replay. And so I'm going to go ahead and get right on into it. The quote of the day. And then I get on to the birthdays and just kind of talk about this weekend, and hopefully everybody had a great weekend. And so the first quote that we have, and it is February the 25th, 2019. We are in the second month and the 25th day of the month. And I am so glad that you're here, and I'm glad that I'm here also. And it says, I believe in being in I'm sorry, I can't even read today. I believe in being innovator, and I have no idea what a innovator is. I'm gonna have to look that up, but it's Walt Disney. So, um, moving right along to the second quote that we have, it is, "They can conquer who believe they can. They can conquer who they believe they can." That's Virgil. And the love quote for this morning is, "One forgives to the degree that one loves. One forgives to the degree that one loves." And that's interesting that that is for today, because the thing is, forgiveness, it should always be a degree of forgiveness to the one that loves. But however, we should be forgiven to those who, even if we're not even really too fond of them, but we should forgive every person. Um, and this is an art quote. I put my heart and my soul into my work, and I have lost my mind in the process. That's Vincent van Gogh. And the nature quote for this morning is, "Twilight drops her curtain down and pins it with a star." Lucy Maud Montgomery. And the funny quote, and actually one of them I did get, it is, "If two wrongs don't make a right, try three." Okay, I got it. Try three wrongs and see if it makes it right. All right, got it, got it, got it. And let's get on to the birthday quotes. And thank you for being there, Perry. I hope you're having a great and marvelous morning this morning. Tell uh, your wife I said hello and good morning, and that I hope that she has a very great day at work. And and so let's get right on to these quotes here. Birthdays today. Sorry, I'm a little frazzled. I'm telling you, the weekend, I tell you, it was a challenging weekend. So I'm trying to recoup and get my mind focused on what needs to be focused on. But today we have the birthdays, and first birthday we have is Mohammed Rebel. He's 49 years young this morning. We have Rob McAllister, 69 years young. We got Art Skip Hillman. He's 54 years young. We got David Narnio. He's 39 years on today. We got Shafiq. He is 36 years old this morning. Good morning, Perry. And we have Nick Williams. Happy birthday to you guys. I hope that you get everything that your whole heart's desire and that you do what it is that you want to do on today. And good morning to you guys. And so, just kind of getting back over to, the challenging weekend that I had. And, and this one thing that I try to steer far, far, far away from, and that is arguing. I just do not like to argue with anyone. Anyone. I mean, and the interesting thing is, and I have to say this, I love I love children, but I do not like disrespectful children. I do not like disrespectful children. And and that was one of the challenges of this weekend, this past weekend. Um and dealing with, children. These are not even my children. That's the interesting thing. These are not even my children. Um I went to go assist uh a family member with their vehicle, and mind you, I'm dealing with family members, but the other members were not related, but they are always there. Let me just say that. And so and of course, the house that I'm going to is actually a house. The house belongs to me, but it's being, rented out to someone else. And but in any event, kids, they play together, they fight, they make up, the whole 9 yards. Well, and when I say I disrespectful children, to the lines of, where the parent allows the children to be as adults. I totally, disagree with parents, partying with their children. I disagree with parents, smoking with their children. I disagree with parents allowing their children to swear, curse. I disagree with that. I just totally, totally disagree with that. And there's just a limit to, what you do with your children. I'm sorry, it's a matter or a level of respect for me. We just don't just do things with our children. And sometimes I think, when people start to do certain things with their children, allow their children to do certain things, that means that that parent doesn't have the mind of an adult. They have a mind of a kid to even allow your children to do certain things. Well, in any event, these children out here playing, like children supposed to play. Um, and I'm sitting in my car in front of the house, and all I hear is a bunch of swearing, cursing, and you know name calling. And I mean, it was just horrible. So I let my window down because I see, one of my relatives standing out there, not saying anything, mind you, not saying anything. um and so I get out of my car because I'm trying to figure out what's going on, because I have some my grandchildren are out there. So, I get out of my car to see what's going on. Well, one of the individuals that is at the house is one of the kids, one of the children, and just very disrespectful. I don't want to hear what you got to say. I don't got to hear nothing. And then, their name calling, and I have a big thing about racism too, making, stating, and just, just downright just disrespectful. And the crazy thing is that I know this person allowed their children to just be disrespectful. That's why I stay away, is because I just simply don't tolerate, children cursing, uh and parents who are of the children allow them to curse, and haha kikiing with them, thinking it's okay. And then, that the parent have to be very immature to allow their children to have that level of disrespect. So that goes to show you about that parent. The parent has no respect either. So getting into what else took place. So he's trying to fight one of my relatives. And I'm like, okay, this is not going to happen. Because I don't know what's going on. I'm sitting in my car. I have no idea what is really going on. And I'm like, okay. So he walks back up. So we all in the street, of course, because that's where my car is parked in. We're in the street, and so the boy is just, I mean, just going off. I mean, like I said, no level of respect at all. And of course, I'm trying to intervene and say something to him, but he's like, oh, and then his dad comes out with no more respect, and he's attacking the the other kid. Now he's out here making racial statements to this kid, and so I have like zero tolerance. So I'm like, okay, and that's what I'm saying. Challenging weekend for me because I don't like arguing. And I tell him, I say, you need to have some respect. I mean, you got to have some kind of respect, and the guy just going off, just going off. No respect, absolutely no respect at all. And so, I have a real hard time with just disrespectful people. I just have a hard time with them, and so and the crazy thing is that you know my grandchildren has to be in the midst of this, and it's like, okay, what can I do? You know, um, because people choose their mates, and you have no control over it. So, but the whole bottom line is the weekend was so challenging, dealing with disrespectful people in general, and it's very sad that when you have disrespectful children, and that's one thing that I have zero tolerance for, zero tolerance. So I keep my distance from children that are like that. I mean, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but I mean, when you just and it's hard, and it's not the child's fault at all. It's not the child's fault. It's the parents' fault for even giving the child the permission to even do such a thing. I mean, to the point where they disrespect the parent as well. So, and they don't think it's disrespect because you allow it. So, so of course, so I keep my distance from people like that. And so, just kind of just talk about my weekend, how it went. But overall, it was challenging, but it got better because I was able to enjoy my two little boys, my grandsons, yesterday. Enjoyed watching movies, eating pizza. They call and say, "Hey, can we have some pizza? Can you buy some pizza?" I said, "I mean, you can come over here and I'll buy you the pizza." So went and picked them up, got them pizza, enjoyed them, watched movies, and it was great. Took them home, and here I am today, and thank God that I am. I was able to enjoy them even in spite of all the other stuff, that took place. But anyway, just a little bit about the weekend and how, really as a parent, as an adult, we should want a level of respect for my children, no matter, and back in the day, my grandma used to say, she used to say this all the time, she didn't care who kid it was. She says, I brought you in this world and I will take you out. And I know a lot of you know that saying. I mean, your grandma probably said it, your mama might have said it. Just depends on how old you are. You done heard that. And growing up, we never, in the time that I was growing, we never ever disrespected no one. It went from the school to the house to your neighbors. It doesn't matter whether you was in the store. You don't disrespect no adult. It doesn't matter if that adult is wrong. What you do, you tell your parent what's going on and let them get involved and let them find out what's going on. But for parents though, you don't take sides. That's one thing that I've learned even with my children, growing up going to school, is that I never took sides. I never took sides because, as always, there is three sides to a story. Three. There's that kid side, that adult side, and then there is the truth. And the thing is, I always look for the truth in any situation. I mean, it doesn't matter, because the thing is, one thing I do know is that adults lie and so do children. And so my goal is to find out the truth. So the thing is, if you have children, they go to school, they could be problem children. Not saying everybody's kid a problem child, because I had one. Um, and the thing is, I never took his side. And there was times that I had to step in at the school and peek in on him to see exactly what he was doing. I've seen multiple things happen, you know, and this is where adults really need to take their stand when it comes to kids. I don't, even in the school, a lot of times they say, we have to respect the kids. Yes, respect the kids, but the thing is, the kids need to also respect you. And the thing is, no one really never asked me to do anything. I was given an instruction to do something. I was instructed to move. If I needed to move somewhere, move over here, I moved. I mean, it wasn't no, you know, coming back, going against the grain or anything like that. When you told to do something, you do it. And see, this is the problem with the kids today. You tell them to do something, they take their sweet little time and do it when they feel like they want to do it. And see, this is where we have, comes to the point where we being too friendly with our children. We want to be friends with our children. There's nothing wrong with being friends with your children, but the need there's a line there. It's only so far that you can go with me. And the thing is, and see, we have gotten so comfortable and chit chatting and kiki and haha and doing all these things with our children that they it's like the line of respect have just gone. And so the thing is, take back that respect, get in line, in the place that you are supposed to be with your children. I mean, you're not supposed to be so tight with your kids that your kids look at you as one of them. They have to know that you're still the mom or you're still the adult, and have that level of respect. And see, and that's where we have lost our children, is because we want to be their friends. We want to go to the club with them. We want to, smoke and drink with them. We want to do all these things with them. And then, the moment they say something, then you're upset. But the thing is, you got to understand that you did it. You put that you gave them that much room to be that close and be that tight with you, that they disrespect you. So, and I'm not saying that all children do that, but for the most part, the majority of them do. So all I'm saying on this morning is that let's get back in line as adults with our children, and I'm the adult, and have our children being in the respectable mode. Because I mean, nowadays children have gotten so disrespectful. It's just unbelievable. But one thing I can say, the Bible said it will fulfill itself, and that our children we were going to be going back and forth against our children. But the thing is, we have to remember to train our children up in the way they should go. When they get older, they will not depart from it. So the thing is, it goes back to the training up our children in the way they should go, not in the aspect, okay, let's be cool, buddy, buddy, yo, palsy, wowsy, So I'm gonna end with that, and I thank you for tuning in and being live with me here on this morning. I am Shakeitha Patterson, and as always, God's happiness in your life. I love you, and I will talk to you soon.